Hey guys, Mouse here and welcome back to another Power of Destruction video. So this is just gonna be a quick one because Light Team, oh boy, so damn inconsistent. What a fucking mess of an element. I only got 26.5 billion. I was stuck at 25 billion using auto ult mode and I had to practice the manual ultimate just so I can see how far it can go. I'm not sure if there are better methods or better ways to do this, but anyway, I'll just break down exactly what I did here and give you some tips on what works, what to avoid, and some tips of course on how to synchronize Thomas Andre's ultimate, because getting high scores here is a bit difficult because this team relies heavily not just on RNG because of the crit, but also because of the heavy nuke damage, and most of the time those nuke damage get wasted on the hands or during the invincibility period. We'll still check it out of course, but before that, if you've been finding value in the content I'm putting out, you guys can support me here in the SLA Content Creator Program. We've got 2 active supporter codes right now. I send them out daily and 2 more are coming very soon. And once again, thank you so much for all the support. Now for the setup, this is just a standard support Jinwoo. If you don't have Mion, you can probably run a carry. Your score will probably drop though because breaking hands will be a lot slower and the debuff of a carry has duration too, so it might disappear on the head as soon as you break the hands again. But I tested DPS build with Divine Quarter stuff with Plum Sword using Sonic Stream skill. I also tested the Foxtail, although I did not particularly like the gameplay, but the full support build still gave me better results. Now, going back to the artifacts, Grid on Jinwoo, Infamy on Mion, Desire on Gogunhee, and Iron Will plus Obsidian on Thomas Andre. For the skills, just a standard support loadout plus Thunderstorm, mainly used for slowing hand movement sometimes to prevent the mechanics and also do a bit of damage as well. And for the Blessing Stones, still the same as usual. Course, still the same as usual. Now, just a few tips for the stats on Thomas Andre. Prioritize penetration because he's already stacked with a lot of damage increase from the teamfight bonus from his passive as well as the Obsidian set. But for Mion, you can just balance her stats because her damage increase is just average. And for Gogunhee, probably go for a bit more damage increase, I think. These are pretty much the same setup as before the PoD hard mode. The only thing that changed really is the gameplay because the hands are more tanky now, cannot insta-break it anymore, and also the crit resistance is very high, which is not favorable for units like Mion, for example. So yeah, let's go ahead and let me just give you a couple of tips while we take a look at the gameplay and the movement. So this is where I start my rotation. I use the Grim and then get the Shadow Step, Cold Eyes, and then Vacuum Wave into the Thunderstorm. Then going to the other side, I summon the Shadows, do the Shadow Step again, press 1 for Mion's ultimate, and then immediately followed by Moon Shadows. So as you may have noticed, Thomas still stays at base form here because we want him to transform later, so his basic skills will synchronize with Moon Shadow after the break. So after breaking, just Grim, then Shadow Step into the Vacuum Wave, and wait for the Steel Tyrant to appear. You can just wait a bit, around 1 second probably, then press your Moon Shadow so that the basic skills, burst damage plus core attacks, will line up perfectly. And as the dragon wakes up, use Grim on both hands to destroy them faster, and then Shadow Step again into the Moon Shadows. So here you can use Moon Shadow on the hands as long as they won't get insta killed. You'll be fine and it's usually ready for the next break again. And by doing this, you can increase the stacks, so later on when you do your Shadow Step, it's gonna have that increased damage taken and you'll be able to break them very fast. Now, decision making is really crucial here. You gotta know which side has more firepower so that you can balance the hands and avoid wasting time walking from left to right, right to left, especially for the hunters that might even be blocked by the dragon's head at times. Now, for Mion's ultimate, ideally it should last hit the hand so that her burst will line up during the Shadow Step or the Moon Shadow, ideally, depending on your timing. So that is something that you can also pay attention to. Even if you're playing auto ultimate mode, you can observe their ultimate cooldown, of course, and try to adjust accordingly. Now at the Berserk phase, if you're on auto ult, Mion or Thomas will sometimes waste their burst damage here because the hands are invulnerable. On manual ult though, you can precast Thomas ultimate so that it would land right after the berserk. Like here, as you can see, half HP instantly gone from the right hand. And also, don't hesitate to use vacuum wave on the hands. No heavy diminishing returns there, unlike the head, so it still hits hard. If you're new here and you're wondering why, you guys can check out my previous video on the water team for more details on that. So yeah, this whole run is just about timing and decision making to get higher scores, where to go, who to support, which hand to debuff. But of course, you guys can brute force it with automatic ultimate. But if you want consistent high scores without relying too much on RNG, especially on the opener, this is the only way I know for now. So yeah, the replay is also included in this video, so just try and observe and review what's happening, just in case you want to try and enjoy, maximize your score this week with the light element. It's not fun in my opinion. Light is having problems, but not because of the units actually. Both Mion and Thomas Andre and Gogun Hee, or probably even a carry, are fine. I think it's mostly because of Jinwoo, because he does not have any major light weapons optimal for PoD. The same problem as before. I think they should just make Huntsman work on the head now, because we're not going to be able to infinitely stack the debuff anyway, and also the diminishing return, of course, on the head will probably make it less effective too. So yeah, let's go ahead and check the replay. And before you do, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you can. Once again, thank you so much and see you on the next one.